Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked.
By the way, just
Had
like
a time,
and I
I
won't.
won't let go this good. Golden sky, who in my life?
Usually I
Do this,
hey.
but this recruiting isn't an option. Usual, rain and thunder.
What do you say? Baby, I wonder.
Baby, I wonder,
Put your sweats on for me. Hey, I got. I'm talking late night for you.
Don't hesitate, no, don't.
Just as come through and chill.
Just say you will.
Hey, hey, hey. Chill. Hey, hey, hey. How is everyone? I almost said Rich Rising. Welcome to Earth is School. How are you, tribe? How is everyone feeling on this beautiful day? On this another chance that we got, another day, another chance, another opportunity. How is everyone feeling? Welcome to Earth is School. Kai, come in. I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing Wolof words every time I come in here. Welcome to another episode of Earth is School. I am your host, De La Soul. I am your host with the most. I gotta come up with some kind of little thing that I say. Welcome. I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds to come in here. I hope everyone is feeling lovely. We're gonna start off with our breathing in a minute so we can release anything that we've been holding on. This is your chance. If you needed that reminder, I am your daily reminder to let go. It is such a powerful lesson here to let go. Oh my God. I can't think of anything that we're meant to hold on to. I can't think of one thing that we're meant to hold on to. Hey, Mena. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Where are you listening from? Let me know where y'all at. Let everybody know where you guys are at. Were you in the DMV? I can't remember. I really be remembering people like my audience from by name and place interaction that we had. I try to be that intentional for people that are consistent, that are reciprocating love and support to me. So yes, today's episode is going to be a really juicy episode. Let's get into the breathing first before I tell y'all what it is. If this is your first time listening to me, listening to Earth is School, my name is De La Soul. Welcome to the Earth is School podcast, where I break down all things about you, all things about me and us, where I take some subjects that are some of your most complicated subjects or taboo, and I break them down and make them really simple. It's just something my mind naturally does, and I love to do and teach. On this show, every time before we start, we do our breathing. It's going to open up your core. It's going to help you release anything that you've been holding on to, whether you realize it or not. Most people, even children, can feel this release when they do this technique. So on 3, without further instructions, I'm going to have you breathe in, and then I'm going to have you push your navel to your back, and I'm going to instruct you to hold it in. Okay. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in. Pushing your navel to your back. Strengthen your core. Pull it up, 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 up. Hold it and release. Good deal. All right, the second time is always stronger. Let's give it your all. On 1, 2, 3, breathing in. Breathing in. Up, 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 up. Up, up, up. Hold it. Suck it in, pulling your navel to your back. Feel your breath, opening your core. Hold it just a little bit longer. And release. Yes. Good job. Good job. Letting go, releasing. It's the never-ending lesson in this life that I think only half of us get, if that. So today's episode is going to be about cheating, guys. We're going to talk about cheating. I'm about to really break down what is cheating? What is this thing about cheating? And you're going to hear cheating from both perspectives, from being the cheater and being cheated on. I think this is such a taboo subject. We talk about cheating such in a ghetto way. It's always on some ghetto shit. Just I don't know, you hear cheating. When you hear cheating, you probably hear about people bashing cheaters or something. I feel like women cheaters are really being exposed because we're so shocked that women are cheaters. This doesn't make any sense. We've always been cheaters too, but we just don't really get down into the nitty gritty of what this is and what this does and what this means. And this conversation is important to me because, well, I guess what you're going to find out, cheating is so much deeper than what it seems like. It's so much deeper. It's actually traumatizing to experience being cheated on. And it's hella disloyal. It's a super whack characteristic if you're a cheater. So, I mean, it's really not a intentionally moral trait to have or thing to do. Yeah, I know I'll be making up words. So I just made up intentionally morale. And that makes sense to me. Okay, so first thing about cheating that I want to get into is the fact that cheating creates karma. When you cheat, you create karma because cheating is disloyalty. Cheating is disloyalty. Disloyalty. It is not keeping your word. It's treating someone like you don't want to be treated. So, of course, that is you have to do to others as you want to be done to you. So, even though cheating is such on the surface, whenever we see it and we hear it and it's a drama thing, it's actually really deep. As someone, if you're someone who is cheating or thinking about it, or you have to know that you're creating karma. And karma is not, I need to do an episode on karma. Or have I need to go back and look. But karma is not a good or a bad thing. Let's get that out the way. Karma is not a good or a bad thing. Karma is the basic scientific law that Einstein and so many other scientists understood from doing scientific experiments. And it is just the fact that what you put out comes back. What goes out comes back in rotation. Nothing ever dies. That is the real definition of karma. It is not always a bad thing like we think. So understanding that cheating creates karma, you create karma with anything that you do. If you're faithful, that creates karma. You're creating faithful karma, okay? You're going to get people who are loyal to you. So cheating creates karma. And I think that's really important for people that are contemplating to help, consider that in your decision on if you're going to cheat or not. Also, cheating is childish. In my personal opinion, if you're a cheater, you got to grow up. Why can't you keep it 100? Why are you sneaking around and lying and doing all this extra thinking? you're grown. Like, I really feel like cheating is for like kids. Like, if even though relationships aren't even for kids, but I just feel like you're on a real level of immaturity if you are a cheater, if you are cheating, because you grown. Like, why you just don't say what you're doing? Like, that's how I feel. I feel like, why you just don't keep it 100, just keep it a buck and be like, look, this is what it is. I've been thinking about doing this and doing that. And I'm speaking from experience, guys. Okay. I would love to get some of my exes on the line, okay? Because I keep it all the way 100. I am seriously not a cheater. It is not in my body. It just won't happen because I just feel too comfortable with keeping it real with you. And when I'm in relationships, I'm in relationships to be in that relationship with that person. So if I get the urge to cheat, most definitely that means that something is completely off, and I'm going to express that to you. And I've definitely done this in my relationships. So cheating is childish. That's what this episode is going to be called. Cheating is childish. It's also childish because if you're justifying the cheating with, oh, well, this happened, this was a time that we were having issues. Oh, you were pregnant. Oh, where you were being mean to me, yada, yada, yada. These are reasons that people really have for cheating. And if you're doing that, it's just so immature because when you have been in relationships long enough, maybe you don't have to be in a relationship to develop this, but when you have, you definitely have this understanding, if you're really like learning through your relationships, that it's like, of course you're going to feel more attracted to this new person because you don't know this person. You haven't paid any bills with this person. You haven't went through any struggles with this person that you are cheating with. This person, you haven't seen this person vulnerable and pregnant and sick. You haven't seen this person going through depression. Y'all haven't got it out the mud. Like, y'all don't have no history. So of course this other person is bringing you peace and you're feeling good with them. Y'all don't have no kids together. Y'all ain't really doing nothing, but y'all get to stay in the honeymoon phase. So it's really, my personal opinion is that it is really immature thinking whenever you have been with someone and y'all have been down for each other, and then you meet someone new and you go and you cheat on them because that person brings you more peace. You don't even know this mother. Of course they're going to bring you more peace right now. And if they're not, then you really playing, because what are you even doing? Then you're cheating with someone that's not even bringing you peace. Now that's a whole nother level of crazy. But I see a lot of people who cheat and logically, explain why they cheated. And it's just like, there really is no logic to it because it's disloyal. It's a really, really sour characteristic. It's really cowardly. And I love you. I love you. But this is the truth. It's a real coward characteristic. It's a real coward like urge. You shouldn't be having the urge to cheat. If you get the thought of cheating, you should have the urge to leave. Because when you are a man or a woman of your word, and when you treat others like you want to be treated, these are basic things that we teach our children. So you have to ask yourself why you're struggling to hold on to that, and getting caught up in the illusion that it's going to be better over here. It's never going to be better when you're cheating. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't leave your partner. Maybe you leave your partner and this person is better for you. Who knows? Only time will tell that. But cheating is never going to result in the blossoming beautiful experience that you think. It's always going to create karma. You're always going to get that back. Everything is karma. So another thing that I wanted to share is, like, with my experience, one of the reasons why I focus on this subject, and you guys have probably, if you followed me, then you've seen me talk about this, is because in my own experience, and I'm not going to lie, there was a time that I used to be pretty naive about women. Like, I didn't know that we were like big cheaters. When you in your own world, you in your own world. And in my world, it is actually hard to cheat. Like it takes a lot of thought to even like sneak and hide a text message to me. I don't like people who are serial cheaters. Like y'all need to be like, y'all need to be doing multiple careers and like teaching over here and do teaching the youth and doing some other things over here, because I think it takes a special mind to be able to sneak around, and you know, especially if you're actually spending physical time with them and you live in the house with someone. Kudos to you. Like that's you're splitting your personality and your mind in different ways. That's really unique. I think that's a really unique thing. So in my personal experience, back in my marriage, I had a friend, and she was a lot older than me. She's maybe like, she probably had like 6 years older over me. And she had a relationship that she was in, and she ended up cheating on the guy. And the guy ended up one day, like, just um, removing all her things from the house. Like he found out and didn't tell her, and he took the dog and he took the furniture, and he just like she came home to an empty home, and it was really devastating, so sad. And so she was my closest friend at this time, and she's watching me experience these things with my ex-husband and tell him, you know, I'm being totally open and honest with him, and I'm saying like this is what I'm feeling. You know, I'm feeling like I'm wanting attention from someone else, like because this is happening and that is happening, and this is a problem because when I'm in love, I don't have the urge to get attention from someone else. I don't have the urge to step out. So anytime that I'm feeling that way, it means that, you know, home is doing something wrong. Like we got to fix some stuff because there's some neglect, there's been some abandonment, like what's going on. So she's hearing me, you know, say these things, and she ended up coming to me one day and she was just like, wow, like you really opened my eyes to how it can be handled. Like you handle it in such a mature way. And so she made me realize that a lot of us, no matter what our age, we really don't think that there's an easier way when you're in a relationship and things are not going right. This person could be mean to you, they could even be abusive. There is just no excuse for cheating. Cheating is just so whack. Like it's just such a whack act. It's just such a low characteristic thing. So she really opened my eyes to how many of us, and this was a decent woman, you know, that had morale and all these things. And she's just like, wow, Dela, like, thank you for showing me that there's another way that I could go about this if I'm not feeling, because the reality, contrary to popular belief, is that if you're in a real relationship, you guys are going to go through experiencing unhappiness with each other. Like you're going to go through experiencing disappointment, and you're going to question your relationship. I don't even trust couples that haven't questioned the relationship. Honestly, if you've been married for 10 years and you tell me that not one time, then I don't trust y'all because that's not a real relationship. So we're talking about relationships in their real reality form, not social media form. And when these trials come up, it is the test of self. It is the test of maturity. And so that's when one thing, like her bringing that to my attention, is what made me be like, wow, this is a conversation that needs to be discussed, because we really don't think that there is an easier way. For me, I don't want to get cheated on, so I'm not going to be doing no cheating. And I started off my relationship, my first real relationship, I was with the person for 7 years, and it was like that real like puppy love thing. Like we got together and we were like 13. And so after like a year or two, he was a serial cheater. I could write a book on what being cheated on could do to you, like mentally, emotionally. Even though I was young, it was very, very real. And and so maybe that is what helped me develop this thing with me, this idea of just how disloyal. It's not even about like my stance on cheating has nothing to do with my mate. It's not about if he's a good man, if he's a faithful man, if he does this or does that. It's about me. It doesn't matter who I'm with. It's just not in my characteristic, in my list of flaws. Okay. And people who know me, I'll never forget this time. back when I was married, and there was a guy that had texted me maybe at like 9 or 10 at night. He was a coworker. He was actually texting me about the friend that I just mentioned. We all worked together, and my ex husband got really upset about it, and we argued for days. And him and my dad was really close, and so I knew he was going to go and ask my dad for advice. I think my dad even mentioned like, "What is going on?" And so he went and talked to my dad about it, and I was listening by the door, and he's venting to my dad, and he's telling my dad like, oh, this guy was texting her. It wasn't nothing. The text message didn't even imply that he was like texting for me or anything. His principle was, you're not, you're married, you shouldn't be getting texts this late, which I totally understand and agree. But what can I do? Like, the guy texts me, like, what can I do? All I can do is tell him, that you shouldn't be texting me this late. But so anyway, he's talking to my dad, and he's venting, and he's going in and in. And then my dad, my dad just was like, you know what? He was like, honestly, I don't even know why y'all been arguing about this for so long, because you should already know that if Daylight is going to cheat on you, she just going to tell you. Like, if she's thinking about doing it, she's just going to tell you. And I'll never forget that, because those are the kind of people that I need in my life. I need people who know me, like, who really understand me, so I don't have to like prove myself. Like, come on, like, you're dealing with your own insecurities, because you really, if you're dealing with someone who is faithful, you don't even have to go all those miles and doing all that stressing if you're dealing with somebody who just keeps it 100. And so I encourage you guys to just keep it 100. If you're not happy, express it. Like, it's just so hard for me to understand. Like, it's so much work to cheat. It takes so much focus, and you got to do so much. Why do that? Like, why go that route? Especially if you have a family with this person. It's extremely interesting to me, the mental capacity that people have to do this, because it's just too much. It's too much work. This is deep. Yes, yes, we are about to get deep. Most don't come to an understanding of self-love is maturing in emotional intelligence. Ooh, most definitely. That is really, really true. Yes, there's definitely some things that we're missing when it comes to self-love, and that is pertaining to the characteristic of cheating, and not understanding how unnecessary it is. You should just be able to leave, or just express how you feel. And I know, like, this is the thing too, because people will be like, oh, I just want somebody that would keep it real, you could just tell me. And people really don't be ready for this honesty. That is what I have learned as well, especially men. Men talk about us not being ready, but I think women can handle a man saying, "Look, I'm attracted to this woman, and I'm thinking about doing this," before a man can handle it. And let me not, I shouldn't have used that as an example, because in this case, we're not talking about you just being attracted and you just want to play around with somebody and then go back to your spouse or your partner. We're talking about literal cheating. We're talking about, and it could happen because you're unhappy, but that's what I mean. Being honest and saying, I'm unhappy. Like, I don't feel love. You haven't been affectionate with me. You haven't hugged me. You haven't kissed me in this many days. I'm starting to feel like I want attraction from, or attention from someone else. You should be able to say that, because you're grown, because you're an adult. So put yourself in the other person's position. How would you want this to be expressed? How would you want this to happen? How would you want this to go down? Would you want to know? I'm not with I don't want to know if you're playing me. Mm-mm. No, no. I ain't with that, because it is completely traumatizing, which is what we're getting into next. The trauma in being cheated on is so real, because cheating is betrayal. Cheating is betrayal. So let's take away the word cheating, because I feel like so many words, like you guys always hear me say, so many words are overrated and overused that we have totally, completely removed ourselves from its true definition. Let's not even use the word cheating anymore. Let's use betrayal. Words are so powerful that when you change the word, it can really help you define what you're really talking about. When we're talking about cheating, we're not talking about cheating. We're talking about betrayal. We're talking about when we're talking about betrayal, we're talking about disloyalty. Disloyalty and betrayal, it doesn't even get any lower than that in a relationship. It is the ultimate no-no. It is the ultimate no-no. Like my heart is like doing something right now, like thinking about betrayal, like thinking about what betrayal is and how much we sleep on what cheating is. Cheating is traumatizing. Betrayal is traumatizing. The way that you open yourself up when you're in a relationship and you are so vulnerable and you're trusting, when someone betrays you, I mean, I can't even from what your mind goes through as far as the details. Your mind will replay what the scenario could have looked like, would have looked like. Don't let you actually see it. Don't let you actually like, depending on the scenario and how it comes out, you might see a video or image, or maybe the person that you were cheated on with or whatever. And man, like you could lose sleep over this. You can lose sleep, and going further, you could develop issues in your body from being betrayed. That's how deep this goes. It's kind of weird that we don't talk about it enough, because being betrayed, aka cheated, it actually does cause people to develop diseases in their body and disalignments. You guys know I'm always talking about how much this food is not what is the root cause, what was the initial cause of the disease. And I would definitely go as far to say that a lot of conditions that we have that people experience, it happened from constant or continuous betrayal, aka cheating. Without a doubt, most definitely. That's how deep this thing is. People are conditioned to exceed in education before even knowing themselves. This is absolute facts. Absolute facts. We definitely have not been taught to seek ourselves and understand who we are, and when I say who we are, I mean each other as well. Like what this world is, what we're doing with each other before like traditional education. So cheating is traumatizing. You literally have to heal from it. You can develop paranoia. When I experienced cheating in my first relationship, I developed this thing where, oh my God, man, this is like, it would be like everywhere I would go, I would be at a random place. I would be at the store. I would be at a friend's house. I would be in the city next to me, and girls would come up to me and be like, so and so. As soon as, or I would get like random phone calls. Excuse me, do you know what? Who is this? I'm talking about, it happened so much that I developed like this paranoia in my heart. Like my adrenaline would start pumping like when I would just get phone calls. That's really crazy. And this is really what happens with people. It doesn't have to be like, over and over and over again. It could just be one time. And that one time can be so disturbing, so traumatizing. Don't let you be pregnant or something when this happens. You know how many women get cheated on when they're pregnant? It's so deep. It's so crazy. I bet there's some people listening right now that's been cheated on while they were pregnant. Like, that's how common that is. Strange. How strange. So, what I also wanted to discuss is, what if you are worried about being cheated on? Which is, if not number one, I can't remember if it's number one or number two of the biggest fears that couples have. You can look it up. What is the number one? It's either number one or number two of the biggest questions, biggest fear that people have in relationships is being cheated on. So how is this not a more common topic? That's major. Like, without even being cheated on, you could go through so much paranoia and anxiety just from the thought, just from thinking that you might be cheated on. Dead ass. Men go through this for sure, but women, we really can take ourselves through the ringer mentally with this. And don't let you have gotten some clues or something that maybe one day it could happen, or something like anything that can help your mind create this thought. You could go through the paranoia and the anxiety and all the trauma before the cheating even takes place. That is how deep this is. Cheating is equivalent to eating junk food to fulfill a empty or diseased emotion. Most definitely. I believe that it kind of depends, because there's different reasons why people cheat. Now, if we're talking about someone who is a cheater, then that's them. Like, you need a counselor because you're trying to fill a void. And then there is the times when someone just ends up cheating, and they could just do that one time. Now, that's not excusing it at all, but it does mean that this person was caught up in the illusion that I talked about earlier, where of course you think that this is better right now because you guys are having issues and he or she is doing this and that, and then this new person, this person from work, or this person that you don't even know, doesn't stress you out or anything. So yeah, you thought that was the move. So it kind of just depends. Sometimes people really do have like this, like how I explained, that you can have the thoughts of cheating from being abandoned and or neglected in your relationship, from not getting attention and being getting affection and stuff. And so it's like, I understand the reasoning, but it's still not it's still not the move. It won't help you. It won't help you. And I guess it's still, even with my reasoning that I just described, it kind of still fits under what atmosphere said still, because whether it's a whether it's a void, I mean, it's a void or it's a void. That's really what it is. That you're trying to fulfill. Even if you are loving this person and this is not something that you thought would take place and you didn't have plans or intentions on it, it still is a void that you are trying to fill, and you're not being true to yourself. So, being that it is one or two of the biggest worries in relationships, is really, really crazy. It tells us that it should be a lot more focus on this. And the thing is that you don't have to worry about this, because you will find out. Like, you never have to worry. The truth is that if you're someone that is battling with the worry of if you're being cheated on or not, or if you will, I'm giving you permission right now to let go. Because if you have any experience in relationships, then you know that the truth always comes out. Everything that's done in the dark, it comes to light. And if you're a woman, on a broader scale, fellas, we love you, but we are definitely more inclined intuitively. It's just our wounds. I mean, we have a whole vessel that carries humans. So you're going to be more open. And for women, we will have a dream before it even takes place, okay? We will get a download. It's kind of crazy the way that we worry so much about it. Because trust me, you will know if you are being cheated on, or even if you're about to get cheated on. You will know, and you don't have to search. It's not something that you have to worry about, because you will get some type of dream or some type of clue that will open your eyes to that. That's the cool thing about the phenomenon of cheating. It's like, it's such a disloyal act. It's almost like there's a universal law that if you are cheating, you will get caught. And your partner is going to find out. Like, who's giving you dreams? There's so many scriptures of source of God giving dreams, because that's the time when your brain is unconscious and you can really get intuitive answers. So the fact that so many of us have gotten dreams about being cheated on and it was accurate, come on, that kind of says that cheating is such a disloyal, dishonorable thing here on earth. So You never have to worry. You should never go through your partner's phone. Make a rule. This is for women, okay? I don't know what you men are doing, but for women, make a rule. I think of course, do what you want, right? But this is just my advice to make a rule now to never go through your partner's phone. It doesn't mean that you won't ever, but I think it is good and healthy to make that rule because when you go looking for things, first of all, you find them. That's not a saying just for anything. But then, and hold on, let me back up too. Because the saying, if you go looking for things and you find them, what I mean by that is sometimes you will go looking to see if your man is cheating, and he really won't even be cheating, but you're doing so much snooping and looking, and you done found something that really is not even nothing, and you've made it into something. So that saying goes really far. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're literally going to find the cheating. You can just find something that helps validate your feeling, and it ain't even what you think it is. But make a promise to yourself to never do that, even if it ends up happening here and there. If you end up just having the phone and you just kind of scroll, whatever. But try and make a rule to yourself that you don't, because when you begin to do that, when you begin to go searching and looking for something and going through your man's phone, your partner's phone, first of all, you're saying, I don't trust you. I don't care what you say. You wouldn't have to look. Like, if you can trust that this person is loyal to you, you don't have to watch them. You don't have to watch them because they're watching themselves, right? This is a part of protecting your relationship, is watching yourself. So if you trust that your partner is a protector for real and they're even protecting your relationship, then you don't have to do this. And then when you start to do this, when you get into the habit of going through your partner's phone, you lose dignity. You lose confidence. I don't care what you say. It is an act of lack of confidence. Going through your partner's phone is an act of lack of confidence. I am honest with myself. So when I'm in relationships, I make the rule to not do this. But if I do end up doing it, which I have, I know for a fact my conscious brain is telling me you are lacking in confidence. You're lacking in confidence because I'm feeling, what does that mean? I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling like you might be cheating. I'm feeling like you might be doing something, and that's why I'm looking. You become insecure. It means that you are scared, and it means that you are uncertain. If you are looking for something, you do not trust that source will bring this to light for you. You don't trust that God is going to show you that you're being cheated on. So you got to go and find it yourself. You're taking it upon yourself to do it. And that is fear. It's okay. It's okay to admit these things because it's really not good energy to feel like you got to go through your partner's phone all the time. Like, it's really not. For that to be in the back of your mind, it's actually stress. It might not feel like stress because you might be used to it. You might feel like you like it, but you don't. It doesn't feel good to have to do that. I've been there. It's too much work. If I cheat, if I cheat on me, I will attract cheaters. That's right. If you cheat, you are definitely attracting cheaters. The truth could come from an itchy, burning feeling from down. Okay. That is the main fear of me with a relationship. Don't even get me started on this. This is actual facts. Most definitely. Okay. The truth can come in so many forms. You do not have to go through that man's phone. Attracting a cheater is barometer that there's something we aren't seeing within ourselves. I believe that. If we're talking about attracting a cheater by definition, like someone who is literally a cheater, hell yeah. Because come on, like, I mean, honestly, we be missing the red flags. We know that. Missing the red flags with a cheater is you're definitely disconnected to self. You're definitely disconnected if you have not noticed that you're with a cheater. Not someone who cheated one time, because somebody can just do that real quick. You only need a time and a place. You might miss that. It'll still come out, but you might miss it. But if you're with a cheater, most definitely You're lacking in self. As humans should, we we not be free to share our body with whomever we want, whenever we want. This is true. Absolutely. Absolutely. This goes into what I was about to mention about cheating, about being worried about cheating, because at the end it's like, why are you trying to stop, like, don't, like, like, don't try and stop your partner from cheating. There was this prank. I want to make sure that I'm not jumping ahead. um yeah, there was this prank that was going viral a few months ago. And the prank was that they would text their partner, like they would leave the house, or their partner would leave, and they would text and be like, hey, he's gone or she's gone. You can come here now. Or they would like drop their partner off at the gym and be like, okay, just dropped her off. I'll meet you here. And the reaction, I actually wanted to do a reaction video to this because it was so sickening watching so many women try and stop their partner from cheating. Like, there was one girl who was getting dropped off at the gym, and her husband had did the text, and she ran outside. She ran outside, and without being like, without even confronting it, like, who did you just try to text? She was like, where are you going? Okay, well, I'm gonna come with you. And he's like, what you mean? Like, let me finish. Yeah, I mean, let me go do what I'm doing. I'm gonna come pick you up when you're done. She's like, no, 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 it's okay. I don't have to do the gym. And it was so sad. It was so heart wrenching watching that. I was just like, damn, this is the reality of a lot of our relationships. We are trying to stop something that is natural in that individual. Because if this person is going to cheat, whether they're cheating right now at this moment that you were trying to go to the gym, they're going to get they cheating in. Like, there's nothing you can do. What are you going to just glue yourself to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? All you need is a time and a place to cheat. So there's nothing that you can do. You should not be trying to stop. There's nothing that you can do to stop someone who wants to cheat on you. Someone who wants to cheat on you is going to cheat on you. This is one of the things that you just have to let go and just be okay with. I'm saying, like, be okay with the reality that if someone wants to cheat on you, they will. There is no amount of money. There is no good punani that you can give. There is no food. There's no meal. There's no amazing, what you call it, biscuits and gravy. There ain't no kids that you can have. There's nothing that is going to stop a person from cheating on you if that's what they wish to do. So the whole process of searching and finding and trying to find out how you can stop it and finding ways to avoid it, it's an illusion, and it can really drive you crazy. You actually are kind of crazy if you're doing that. If you think about it. And I love you. I love you. And I've been in these positions before. I most definitely have been in the position of going through a man's phone. I've even went as far as to put a tracker on one of my partner's phones. Like, that's extreme anxiety. That is overload paranoia. What are you thinking? Like, they have trackers where you can like get the text messages. And he was cheating, but it's like, this is the thing too. Like, if you're trying, like, if you're going through those measures to figure out if someone's cheating, the truth is that you already know that they're cheating. You do. So look at the insecurity in you where you feel like you need all this evidence. Just leave. Just take your dignity back. Take your self-love back. Love yourself more than you love this person. And don't go through all that. And I'm grateful for my experience in that. I'm grateful for that. I don't regret any of that. I'm glad that I experienced that, but that's why I can talk about it today. That's why I know how to do my relationships, and I know how to make that rule. If I end up going through a man's phone, I'm doing some serious reflecting. My last relationship, I didn't go through his phone for the most of our relationship, not until the end. I mean, I'm talking about like the last like few months that we were together. And I was so upset about it because it was myself. I'm like, dang, I already know what this means. Once I get this urge to do this, It means that I am feeling something. It means that there is some truth going on. There's some type of something going on. And it means that I got some insecurities to deal with, whether he caused them or not, whether they were sparked by an action or something or not, it's still on me. So just know that you don't have anything to worry about, because this is such a disloyal act that the universe does not bless those. What's the saying? Cheaters never prosper. I don't think that's about games, as far as like playing a game. I think that saying is about people. It's about betrayal. You can also create cheating or the feeling of cheating with your thoughts. If you think and obsess and have so much fear, fear creates what you want. Fear is a strong energy. You know how much I'm talking about feeling, like needing to feel what you want in order to manifest it. So when you are over obsessing and overthinking about being cheated on, you are feeling it. You're over obsessing over it. That's where your thought is going. You're putting energy into that. You're feeding that. So most definitely, not only can you create the actual cheating scenario, but you can also create the illusion that you're being cheated on. I've seen this. I've seen this. I've probably done this in my early years of relationships, just after being with the person that cheated on me so much. And so, yeah, just think about how crazy it is to try and stop someone from cheating. That's crazy. You can't do it. And I love you. I don't believe in cheating being an accident. I don't believe that cheating is an accident, but I do believe in someone realizing that it was a mistake one time. Okay. So let me rephrase that. I don't believe that cheating is an accident. I don't believe that you accidentally fall in someone's private area. Okay. I don't believe that you accidentally take someone out on dates, or you accidentally are giving this person all this attention and doing all this extra flirting and stuff. I think it is done intentionally in the act of doing it. Maybe it wasn't initially intentional, but you're doing it and you're not stopping yourself. It's not an accident. But I do believe in people realizing that it was a mistake. And that would come from what I talked about in the beginning, as people not being mature enough to know that you are not going to be happy after you did this cheating with this person that you don't know. You're going to want home. You're going to want the person that you have been through the mud with. You're going to still that person that you're used to venting to, that you can really talk to and you can be vulnerable with, even though they don't feel good right now to you because of this and that and this and that. So those kind of things. I believe that there is the mistake that people can make one time, because after one time it ain't no mistake no more. You playing with your life. You're playing with your relationship. But again, now acknowledging that something is no excuse. I already said that. There's no excuse. But I'm just telling the difference between, accidentally doing it and then making a mistake, being like, "Oh, I really messed up." Like I actually thought I was naive and immature enough to think that the grass was greener, or to think that this is what I should do. That to think that it was justified. People really be justifying their cheating. Well, you were neglecting me, and I tried to tell you you were abusing me. Like I said, there's no reason. Just leave. So, for whatever reason that you may have, I do believe that there is such thing as a mistake, but not an accident. You still did it on purpose. You were just dumb enough to think that it was worth it. Basically, as humans, should we not be okay? Wait, you said that already. My bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that went into um, me talking about the freedom. Like, give your partner freedom. Like, why? Like, that's the whole thing about relationships. Us possessing and obsessing. over someone. Give them the freedom to do what they want, because don't you want people to do what they want with you? Like, if my man gonna be faithful to me, I want him to be faithful because he is faithful to me. I don't want it to be because he's afraid of getting caught, or because I'm always on top of him. I'm always on it. So he's just like, I don't even got, dang, I want to cheat, but I don't got room for it. Let people be free to do what they want, and then treat them accordingly. Um, so let's see. Ooh, am I already done with that? Oh, wow. Okay, so the last thing, and then I'm going to read this passage that I wrote long ago. The last thing is faithfulness is a character thing. So faithfulness is a character thing. Okay, I might just end up reading it because this is what's going to help me explain this. But faithfulness is a character thing. So you need to choose the partner that has faithfulness as a character trait. This means what I mentioned before within myself is that it doesn't matter what you look like, how you treat me, any of that. It is just not in my character to cheat. It's just not my thing. It's like I don't eat pork. It's just not my thing. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't matter if it's on a plate, in a bowl, if it's in a sandwich, on a hoagie, if it's, it doesn't matter how you give it to me. I'm not eating it. So faithfulness is a character thing. This is either in you or it ain't. Okay? So this read, I wrote this a few years ago. It says, if a woman wants a man who doesn't cheat, she has to do the same thing a man must do to get a woman who doesn't cheat. Don't assume you can teach and train and change a person into being faithful and devoted to you. Don't think that if you change yourself and somehow be different, you can get them to be faithful to you. That will never work. Instead, simply choose a person who possesses the characteristics of loyalty within them. That's it. It's that simple. A cheating individual isn't based on the seasons changing, or because of something you do to make them cheat on you. A cheating individual is a cheater, regardless, whether they are with you or someone else. It's a part of their character. A faithful person is faithful because they value loyalty. Let me read that part again. A faithful person is faithful because they value loyalty. Oh my God, that's a word. Is that in the Bible somewhere? I feel like that's in the Quran. It's got to be some scriptures that has this in there. Them remaining faithful to you has nothing at all to do with you and your relationship together. They are that way because being faithful, truthful, and loyal is just inside of them. It's a staple and a trait that's embedded in every fiber of their being. Whether they are with you or with the next person, they are going to be faithful. You cannot put loyalty in a person, it has to be in them already. So choose someone who values loyalty with love, not playing games with love. This is so deep to me because loyalty goes so far. Loyalty is also when you have a family with someone and you guys split up and y'all have children, and then all of a sudden this person acts like they never knew you, like the episode that I did the other day. It has to do with that too. This is all about loyalty. So if a person is wish-washy, if they, like, people really be in relationships with people that talk about them behind their back, you'll end up finding out that they was talking to their auntie on a whole nother level about you. Or, like, I'm trying to use examples that are not just talking about cheating. But when I talk about loyalty, I mean a person that really is not playing about loyalty with their friends, with their kids, with everybody, as far as even as far as keeping their word. If you want to avoid getting cheated on, you want to get with someone that values their word as a man or a woman. This is loyalty. This is loyalty to self. This is how deep this goes. I'm talking about loyalty on every scale that you can imagine. That is how you know that this is in this person's character to be like this. and you don't have to do anything. They're going to do this anyway. Do you know how assuring that is? That's such an easy life with someone. Just being able to just not even focus on that. Like, okay, good. Let me focus on something else. You be getting on my nerves. Okay? Something like that. You be in your ego sometimes. Let's deal with some other shit. But me having to focus on you not understanding loyalty, you not being loyal to even yourself, that's a problem. That's a problem. So choose people that are loyal to themselves. When you're loyal to yourself, you care about your word. You care about what you told somebody that you were going to do. You're not one of them people offering something and then switching it up and being upset about it. You're not one of those people that are saying, I am devoted to you, I love you, and then you guys split up or something, and then all of a sudden this person hates you. And like, that's somebody, it's not a personal thing. They don't even really hate you. That's somebody who is not loyal to themselves. So you're looking for those kind of characteristics in a person when you're trying to find someone that is faithful. And it's such an easier life. My God, relationships are so hard. We got so much things to comb through. Your trauma, my trauma, our trauma together, all these offenses that we've created already. Because, you know, when you're arguing in a relationship, when you're having issues, it's not that issue that just came up. It's the issue that happened already 10 times in all these different unique ways. So it's so many other things. You just got to really be going for someone that has this as a characteristic. So this could just be not a factor. It's such an immature thing. Like, I'm so surprised when I meet couples that have been married for years. Y'all doing cheating? I'm like, y'all didn't get past those thoughts. Like, that's immature. We get in homes and we're like, you know, we're setting up trust funds and doing other things now. You know, like, cheating is for you know, new relationships. I don't even know. I don't mean to say that. Okay, that wasn't right. But cheating is for people that are just not serious. I'm not playing around with the cheating thing, yo. You cheat on me, baby, bye. It is your loss. I'm not like, I'm hurt, but it's like, you're dumb. You know, like, that's how I feel about getting cheated on. You're stupid. Because what the heck, you obviously don't see the bigger picture. That's so childish. Like, we're so grown right now. I'm so old. That's how I feel. I'm too old to be getting cheated on. If I'm not feeling being with just you, I'm setting up our agreement to continue. Okay? Right. Even eyeing a woman down is cheating to me. I don't like that because that's disrespectful in my eyes. Having a lustful man is the number one. Right. It's the number one hell. Yes. Yes. Right. And we always say, oh, that's a man thing. Like, that comes from, because we got eyes too. Yeah, most definitely. It's not even a man thing. It's just a character thing. There's some women that are serial cheaters. There's some women, oh my God, there's some nymphos out here that are really like serial cheating on really good men. I don't believe that it's a man thing at all. I believe that it's a character thing. And I also believe that when it's a serial cheater, you have some things going on in your childhood. Like, these things stem from childhood. Like Atmosphere said, you're filling voids. Kawana said, oh, I knew some. Yeah, that is so real. Most definitely. So, woo, Lord, bless me with the man that knows I'm not playing around with this. I'm about to be speaking in tongues in a second, y'all, because I'm not playing. I don't have the time. Like, I need somebody that is on the mission. You are such a child to me if you even think about it. Like, I'm too old for that. I just be like, look, this is what's happening. Because the only way I'm going to be attracted to somebody else anyway is if you're not giving me what you were giving me in the beginning. The only way that can remotely happen, and then it won't even happen then. If you're not giving me what you were giving me, I'm going to talk to you about it. And then if you're still not giving it, like, there's levels to it. But it's just like for you to just go straight to cheating, you're whack. You weren't taking me serious or this or yourself. That's how I feel. Yes, it is definitely a character thing. Yes, exactly. So that concludes today's episode, you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, anything else you want to share. Look at us at exactly 1 hour. That's good timing, okay? I have surpassed the idea that I'm gonna have a 30-minute show. It's impossible. But I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming in and interacting. This is Earth is School every single day, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 p.m. GMT. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Make sure you thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. If you like this episode, if you feel like someone could use this, if you feel like there are some men and women out there that are getting cheated on or that are paranoid and worried about it, you know it is. So just share it. Just share it. Just share it. You know, sadly, and I know brothers don't really get this conversation in light of them, but there's some men that are getting cheated on too. Like there's some men that are just like staying in the relationship and just getting cheated on. It's crazy. It's sad. I mean, I know we do it, but y'all can't be doing it too. Like we can't, like no, I'm playing. But yes, seriously, if you guys feel like this could help someone, then please share this episode. I am loving these evening chats. All I need is a fireplace and some coke. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly how I want y'all to feel tuning into Earth is School. Someone asked, how did you deal with it? Kawana. Yes, definitely it would be your past relationship because Kawana got her a faithful man, okay? My brother is faithful, faithful, faithful. He needs to teach a class. He needs to teach a class on faithfulness. Shout out to all the brothers listening who have that characteristic. Okay, share it with the world. We need more men to counteract this crazy belief that this is a man's thing. Like this is just something that men are wired to do. Please, because that excuse is so tired. When you get into a relationship, you should verbalize expectations. Most definitely, you should definitely verbalize like what your standards are, what you are willing to tolerate, and what you're not. I agree with that. Yes, and yeah, she said she let it go and left all that hurt there. Yes, that's so good. Hey, introverted Libra. Girl, you just missed a really good chat about cheating. You most definitely would have wanted to be in this live. Yeah, we just talked about cheating. I just broke down what cheating is on all the different levels and from the perspective of being the cheater and getting cheated on. Right. Yeah, I meant to say that too. Kawana was talking about women that were cheaters and that were like yeah, serial cheaters, like how when I mentioned nymphos and stuff, women that have that issue. She said, "Woo, child, I could write a book." Okay, I'm gonna have to do a part two. Okay. Yes. Yes, I want to really encourage you guys if this is a thing, like I said, don't try not to get into the habit of going through your partner's phone. Like be stronger than that. Because if you have to do that, if you even have to, I'm not telling you not to, do what y'all do in y'all's relationship. But if you feel like you must go through his phone, it's like, okay, what's going on? You have to really question that. Because that's anxiety. I feel like a lot of us women live in anxiety from the fear of possibly being cheated on. That is not the life for me. I will not. I refuse. Yes, it really was. Make sure you guys thumbs up, share this podcast. Tune in tomorrow. Earth is School, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Y'all know I could just keep on talking. So I see y'all commenting. Don't get me caught up. I'm trying to leave, okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Hit the super thanks and all that good stuff. Until next time, don't forget that Earth is School. Peace out.